business, you want to start importing from China, you're completely new, you've watched so many videos on YouTube about importing from China, but you've not seen the ones that are properly break down to the point that you will understand it, then this video is for you. Because in this video, I'm going to be breaking down mini importation processes for beginners at the simplest form, so that a complete beginner will understand it perfectly well. I've been into mini importation business for almost 2 years now. Take a look at things that I've imported from China. This is one of them. This is the video of one out of the many things I've imported from China. This one was for my business, okay, when I was setting up my dental clinic. As a total beginner, complete beginner that wants to go into mini importation from China, you want to start importing things from China to your country, irrespective of any country that you're in, whether in Nigeria, any African country, then this video is for you. By the end of this video, you will understand what mini importation is, how to choose the right product to import from China, how to buy directly from factories in China, how to pay your Chinese suppliers, okay, from Nigeria or any country that you're in, how to ship whatever you bought from China to any country that you're in. So first of all, let's clearly understand the basics of mini importation. What is actually mini importation? Because when we say mini importation, like the word is sounding so high for a lot of people. That thing you're hearing, mini importation, it simply means buying products in small quantities from other countries like China, India, Bangladesh, and every other country to your own country. And when you buy them, you bring in into Nigeria or wherever country that you're in, and you sell them for profit, okay, for your business profits, or you use them for your personal use. Guys, ever since I started importing things directly from China, I've gotten so used to buying a lot of things from China for my personal use and the rest of them. So it is called mini importation because if you're not going to start importing in containers, so you can start importing like 5 pieces, 10 pieces, 20 pieces and above. That is why it is called mini importation. And there are a lot of business opportunities when you learn mini importation, when you have the knowledge of mini importation, when you start importing from China. Okay, you can start an e-commerce business by just the knowledge of mini importation that you have. By importing from other countries, you can start your e-commerce business. You can start pre-order business by the knowledge of mini importation, and you make lots of profits in your business if you start importing directly from China. Okay, for example, you can buy a rechargeable blender for like 5,000 naira in China, and when this blender arrives in Nigeria, you can sell it for up to 20,000 naira, 25,000 naira, and you make a whole lot of profit. So that's just an example of how mini importation works. I know a lot of people that are into e-commerce business. They don't have the products stocked in their warehouse, but they have a running website, a running e-commerce website. They have a running well-to-do Instagram page where they sell different types of products, starting from interior and kitchen items. What they do is when they have an order, they will place this order directly from China. So they will give their customer. So when you shop from their website, they will tell you the duration that the product will take for you to receive it. With your money, they will place order from China, and when it arrives, they will repackage it and deliver it to their customers that shopped through their website. I know a lot of people that have built multi-million online business by importing from China, and the good thing is that they haven't even been to China before. So you're going to be learning all of these things in this video. So when it comes to mini importation from China, what do you need to start? So now let me explain to you what you will need, the most important things you will need to start this mini importation business from China. As a complete beginner in mini importation business, importing from China for your business, what you will need is a smartphone. That is what I started with. That is what a lot of my students started with. Whether you're using iPhone or Android, or as long as it can access internet, you are good to go. The second requirement is internet access. Like I said, a smartphone that can access internet. Then the third thing that you need is a small capital, small money. So for Nigerians, a realistic budget, very realistic budget that you can use to start this mini importation business is from 50,000 naira and above. with 50,000 naira, realistically you can start importing from China for your business. 50,000 naira is enough to import lightweighted products. The first thing you need is a trusted shipping agent, because you when you want to mini importation, you will not necessarily have to travel to China. No, once you are working with a very good reliable shipping company, you are good to go. Shipping agent, you are good to go. But don't worry, in this video, as an addition, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 3 reliable shipping agents that you can use to ship from China to Nigeria, and from China to Ghana, and also from China to the UK. Getting a trusted shipping company or a trusted shipping agent as a total beginner in this mini importation business is very important, because your agent will help in receiving your goods from your supplier before you yourself will receive it in your country. Your shipping agent or your shipping company will help you in consolidating your items. Don't worry, I will explain all of this thing. Then your shipping agent will help you to ship it without stress from China until it gets to Nigeria safely. Now let's talk about best products for complete beginners that want to go into mini importation business, because this is where a lot of people get it all worked up. They'll be like, okay, I'm interested in importing from China, but which product will I start importing from? You know, this is one of the places that beginners get it all confusing. Now let's take it one after the other. As a total beginner, as a complete beginner, irrespective of any country that you're in, and you like to go into mini importation from China, you should not even think of starting with just a random product. It depending on your budget. For example, if your budget is from 50k, 100k and above, you should be looking at importing lightweighted products, affordable products that will be very easy for you to market, products that are everyday use, that people use every day and still need to be buying it more and more, products that has a high perceived value. So as a total beginner, the product matters a lot. Now pay attention. Other examples of products that you can start importing as a total beginner from China you should look into is gadgets and accessories like power banks, like AirPods, charger, content creation gadgets, phone cases, phone screens and all that, especially if you want to go into gadget business, which is very, very good. Even phone cases alone, when you go into it alone, you'll be making a lot of profits importing and selling them in Nigeria, and you can start with at least 50k when it comes to phone cases. Then another example is personal care products, hygiene products and all that. If you want to grow, you want to go into this mini importation, but you don't want to struggle at any point in this business, then consider products that are everyday use, products that solves real problem, products that you can easily and visually sell online, like on TikTok and Instagram. Especially if you want to go into this business, you want to start a business and you want to start importing from China, but you want to start selling from home. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is where you can buy these products in China, because if you want to go into mini importation from China, you don't necessarily, in fact you don't even need to travel to China for you to start importing, and you don't need to have anybody in China. You don't need to have any godmother or godfather in China for you to start importing from China. So let's talk about where you can buy products directly from China, from factories and manufacturers in China, without necessarily traveling to China. Because importing from China without traveling to China or without having anybody in China always involves websites and apps. Now let me explain to you all the most common apps and websites that are being used. The first one is 1688 app. This one is my favorite, and that is why I'm mentioning it first. This is the icon. This is how the icon looks. This 1688 app is entirely in Chinese, but most of the interface on the app are already translated to English. This app is made directly to connect manufacturers, factories in China directly to business owners. So that is why I love this one, because buying from it is way cheap, very cheap, cheaper than buying from Temu. Now let me show you all a little bit of how this 1688 app looks, how products are on it. Okay, and let's use one product as an example so that people will see how cheap product is. Okay, so this is how the 1688 app looks like. Okay, you can literally buy anything from this app, ranges from clothes, fashion, accessories, anything. Okay, now take a look at this. Take a look at this clothes here. Okay, take a look at it. See luxury. See the luxury of this clothes. See the amount they are selling it on this app. This is 36.62 yuan. One thing with this 1688 app is that the prices are written in Chinese currency, Chinese yuan. So you always have to convert it using current rate. Convert the Chinese currency to naira or your currency so that you know the amount they sell it in your own currency. For example, in naira, this 36.62 yuan, 36.62 yuan. Let me open my calculator. 36.62 multiplied by 211, which is current rate, that is 7,726 naira. Guys, this luxury clothes you're seeing here, this is the price in naira. Go to people that sell kidswear. If they have something like this up and down, these clothes will be up to 30k. And when you're reporting from 1688 on this app, you can buy just one like this. Highest you will use 15,000 to ship it from China to Nigeria. Let's say you're buying one of it. So this is like 8,000 plus 15,000. This is like 8,000 plus 15,000. You're shipping one of it. That's 23,000. So you now decide to sell this clothes. 30,000 minus 23,000. You're making a profit of 7,000 on each clothes, which is huge. I know some people that sell clothes that are making 500 naira, 1,000 naira per a clothes. So, and you cannot buy only these clothes from China now. So if you're buying like two of these clothes or three of it, it will still be within the range of 1 kg. And 1 kg from China to Nigeria should be around 15,000. That if you're shipping through air. And you can buy in bulk order. And the good thing about this 1688 app is that the higher you order, the higher the quantity of things you want to buy from a particular manufacturer, the lower the prices. Then the next app is Alibaba. Alibaba is very popular. 1688 and Alibaba are almost similar. The next one is AliExpress, but I highly recommend AliExpress for those that want to be shopping for their personal use. So instead of shopping from Temu, you shop from AliExpress because it's cheaper to shop from AliExpress than shopping from Temu. That is those that want to be buying directly from China, but for their personal use, not for business. If it is for business that you want to learn mini importation for, then concentrate on 1688 and Alibaba. Then there's another one. It is called Pinduoduo. This is the app here, and the good thing is this: in this video I'm not going to go into the detail of registering on these apps because I already have videos about it. I'll leave the link in the description. So most especially 1688, go through the video, register on 1688. I explain everything about it, okay, so that you can register and get signed up. But I'm going to explain to you how it works, how to get manufacturers on it in this video. So for complete beginners in this mini importation, I highly recommend 1688 because the prices are cheaper and it is user friendly. So after buying from these apps from China, how do you pay your Chinese suppliers? How? That is another major thing. That is another major challenge our beginners that want to go into mini importation have. And this is where most beginners are always scared because money involves money. Now nobody wants to lose their money to people that they will not know or to platforms that they will not be able to retrieve their money. But one good thing about importing from China using 1688 is that as long as you're paying directly on the app, you will never ever lose your money. Even if the supplier did not deliver or anything happens, you can easily recover your money, which is why I highly recommend this for beginners. I think it's the same thing with Alibaba, but you have to make sure that you're paying directly from Alibaba, and you're buying from a supplier that has trade assurance on Alibaba. I'll talk about this one later. So there are three main options that you can use to pay your Chinese supplier, to make payments if you want to go into mini importation from China. The first method is using your shipping agent. Okay, so if after get, because some shipping agents offer procurement. That is, after registering on these apps like 1688, then you send them the links of the products that you like, that you want to buy. So they will now, from their own 1688 app, access those products, select the ones you want to buy according to what you tell them, and they will help you make payments directly on the app. But then again, there's another method that you can use to import from China, which is buying directly from a direct manufacturer or a direct Chinese supplier in China. That is, for example, you want to go into fashion accessories, like ladies' shoes, and you have someone in China, or you were able to get access to a Chinese supplier, a Chinese manufacturer that deals with this shoes, that sells them, so you can get their contact and start buying directly from them. That is another way. So if you're buying from such suppliers, your shipping agents can help you pay those suppliers. All you have to do is ask those people, ask the supplier to send you the Alipay QR code. I will explain about Alipay still in this payment method. So when they send you the Alipay QR code, you send it to that shipping agent. The shipping agent will pay that supplier, send you receipts, and you send to the supplier, and the supplier will package what you paid for and take it to the shipping agent. Okay, that is the first method that you can use to make payments. This one can be quite stressful, kind of, and you don't have control over the payment system. You're using a third party, which is a shipping agent, which I don't actually advise, because I know that you can do it directly by yourself. So you need to remove fear in your body. Everybody, even me that is talking like this, I started as a beginner, and now I can comfortably, confidently import anything from China for my business and personal use. And when it comes to using agents, you need to pay them commission. So it's better for you to learn doing it yourself, so that you use that commission money that you pay an agent for something else. Then the second payment option is using RMB, paying these Chinese suppliers directly using Chinese yuan all by yourself. But let's say you want to start importing from China and you're in Nigeria, right? You cannot go to the bank and tell the bank to give you Chinese yuan, so that you pay a Chinese supplier. They are not going to do that. So, but there is a payment method that has bridged that gap, and that payment app is called Alipay. Alipay is a payment system, just like a mobile app, like you have MoneyPoint app and OPay app and the rest of them. But this is what Chinese people use to make payments in China. If you should travel to China today, you still need Alipay app. So Alipay app is a recognized, verified payment app that is used by Chinese people for payments. Like in China, they are almost going cashless when it comes to transactions. So they always use Alipay or WeChat Pay. But then when it comes to this Alipay, this is how the icon look for beginners. So you need to download this Alipay app, register on it. I already have a video on how you can register on Alipay, so I will leave the link in the description. When you register on Alipay, pay attention. After watching the video I made about how to register on Alipay, then you need to fund it. You fund it using an exchanger. There are people called exchangers. They get money directly from Chinese people. For example, in Nigeria, there are a lot of exchangers. If you go to Alaba International Market, where those big importers are, there are people that specially what they do is to exchange money for importers. So because they have access to Chinese currency. But some business owners don't have access to Chinese currency, but they want to start importing from China. They are importing from China. So what this exchanger does is this: you give them naira, you send them naira, right, to their bank account, and you will send them that's your Alipay account. So they will now send you equivalent of the naira you sent them to your Alipay account. Let's say you sent them 100,000 naira. So they will use a rate, because currency exchange works with rates. They will use rates to calculate the equivalent of Chinese money that is equivalent to that 100k you sent them. So they will now send you that Chinese currency. It is now when they send you that RMB, Chinese currency, Chinese yuan, you will now pay your Chinese supplier or your Chinese manufacturer directly from your own Alipay app. It's a secure payment platform. Okay, for example, I help a lot of people. I'm an exchanger and I help a lot of importers, mini importers, to exchange naira to Chinese yuan. So after registration, you fund your Alipay account and you're good to go. So when you create your Alipay account and you fund it, you link your Alipay account to your 1688 app. So you'll be able to be making payments directly on your 1688 app. I have a video that explained all these things in details, practically. So watch it. So the third payment option, especially if you're importing from 1688 or directly from a Chinese manufacturer that you have their contact, is paying them in dollar or paying using your credit card, your ATM card. In 1688, you have the option of adding your ATM card directly on the app, so that when you buy something, they will deduct the money from your ATM card, from your bank account in Naira, in Nigeria. But they have to go through exchange rate. For example, if an exchanger will charge you for a rate, let's say 211 to exchange, bank charging directly from your ATM card, they might charge you like 220 for a rate. So you see the rates, the gap in the rates. So always make use of Alipay payment. Register on Alipay and start using Alipay. It will be cheaper for you. Okay, and don't send money blindly to any agent or exchanger that you see as a beginner in mini importation. Okay, make sure you verify that exchanger before using that person. Okay, so now this will now move us to how to ship, how you can ship after buying from these suppliers, after buying from these apps. How do you ship from China to Nigeria or from China to any country that you're in? First of all, there are shipping stages. 5 shipping stages. The first stage when it comes to shipping is that supplier will prepare the goods that you paid for. They will package it, move it to the second stage. They will now use a local delivery system. When that local delivery courier that they will use deliver to their warehouse, pick up the goods, they will deliver it to the shipping company that you want to use. They will deliver it to that shipping company's warehouse in China. So you will now tell the shipping people which shipping method that you want to use to ship that item. There are 2 shipping methods. The first one is using air shipping, that's using aeroplane to ship. The other one is sea shipping, using sea shipping. So air shipping is more expensive. They charge that one per kg. Sea shipping is cheaper, but it takes 2 to 3 months. It takes longer time to arrive. Air shipping, like 5 days, 7 days to 14 days, you have received your item when it comes to air shipping. But air shipping, as a beginner, I highly recommend air shipping for samples you're buying from suppliers or lightweighted items. But if it is heavy items, Ejo, Emabinu, don't use air shipping for heavy items. Always use sea shipping for heavy items. So you tell the shipping people which shipping method you want to use, and they will package your item and ship it for you from China to Nigeria. When it comes to shipping, you should not worry yourself about customs and clearing fee and the rest of them, because these shipping people takes care of it when it comes to mini importers. But if you want to go into big importation, you want to start importing in containers, then you have to get a custom agent and clearing agent and forwarding agent to take care of that part for you. But when it comes to mini importation, those shipping people, the shipping companies takes care of it. So they will add up everything in your shipping cost. And when it comes to payment of shipping costs, you pay for shipping costs when the items has arrived Nigeria, and they will charge you based on dollar rate. They charge based on dollar. So each time, for example, Nigerians, each time you hear that dollar rate has increased and you want to ship items from China to Nigeria, just know that shipping costs will increase. Okay, now as a beginner in mini importation, when you pay for an item from a supplier, the shipping duration starts to count when the item has leave the shipping warehouse. That is when they have shipped it out. That is when you should be expecting your goods, not when you have paid you start expecting it to arrive so soon. No. So when they ship it out, when it arrives Nigeria, most of the shipping companies and agents, they have warehouse in Nigeria. For some have warehouse in Lagos, some have in Onitsha, some have in Abuja. So when it arrives, they will let you know. You come to their office, you make payments, and you pick your items. Okay, so irrespective of any country that you're in, I believe that these shipping companies will have shipping warehouse in your country. So you need to ask them properly. When these items arrive, if you're selling the items you imported, you start marketing it and you start selling, and you become an importer, you start your business, you start making profits. So as a beginner, a complete beginner in this mini importation business, here are mistakes you should avoid as a beginner in this mini importation. As someone that wants to go into this mini importation, is buying a huge products at first. Okay, so you need to start small. Irrespective of the products that you want to start importing, start small first. Test the product, see the quality with your eyes before you start importing more items, especially if it is for your business. Then the next one is always verify suppliers on these platforms before buying. Okay, always verify suppliers. I have a video on how you can verify suppliers on 1688 app, for example. Okay, then the next one is make sure that you verify the type of product you want to buy. Make sure you verify the quality before buying, before paying for it. For example, on 1688, you can verify the quality of product, how good the product is, how good the supplier is, by checking reviews from previous buyers from a manufacturer or a supplier on the app directly before you make payments. Okay, the next one is make sure you're using a good shipping agent, a good shipping company. Because see, one thing you should prepare your mind is in this mini importation business is shipping problems. Shipping companies will disappoint you at some point. Sometimes they will send not all your items. Okay, they will send incomplete items for you. Sometimes they might damage your items. It has happened to me before. Okay, sometimes there will be delays, so get your mind prepared. Shipping companies will disappoint you in ways that you will never ever imagine, so make sure that you use a reliable shipping company. Shipping companies, some of them, in fact all of them, are not 100% reliable, but at least some are 30%, some are 50, some are 80, some are 95. So always choose the ones between 80 to 95. Okay, for example, for the sake of this video, for beginners, me personally, I use Skyjet Logistics, I use NBC Sky Logistics. Okay, so these are the two major shipping companies that I use, and I'm open to trying other ones out, and I will keep updating you people in this video. So if you're new here, stick around, subscribe, and also like this video. Mini importation business is one of the easiest businesses that you can start in Nigeria or any country that you're in, whether you're working as a 9 to 5, you're a stay-at-home mom, you're a student, you have other business, you have a business, you want to supplement, you want to start a business. Mini importation business is good. If you want to go into this mini importation business, you don't want to complain at the long run, be consistent with it. Okay, choose one product and focus on it. If you learn something new in this video, you find this video helpful, please like this video, leave a comment, and also subscribe to this channel, okay, for more importation businesses, ideas, and updates. Okay, I also share suppliers contact in this video, direct suppliers contact. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Leza, and I'm a mini importation coach in Nigeria. I teach business owners how to start importing from China. I talk about businesses and business ideas and
you dey sell pepper sha?
I never sell.
You get sha? You
I know.
know.